Right. So is your team still manually typing out incident alerts into Slack? You know the exact drill I'm talking about. Frantic text messages getting completely lost in a sea of replies, crucial details buried, and everyone just kind of looking around asking who's actually fixing the problem? Well, let me show you a better way. Welcome to this explainer. Today, our absolute goal is to completely automate your chaotic incident reporting process. We're going to build a zero-code alert bot right inside Slack, and we're taking you from sheer panic to organized resolution. And honestly, the best part? We're going to do the whole shebang in exactly 15 minutes.
Okay, let's dive into this. Just look at this comparison. On one side, you've got total chaos. Hey, is the DB down? I think prod is acting weird. I mean, it's the painful status quo, right? Manual, free-form threads where critical details just vanish, resulting in those awful, wait, I thought someone else was on it moments. Now, contrast that with the other side. Total clarity. You've got an automated, color-coded, highly structured alert landing perfectly in your dedicated incidents channel. There's no copy-pasting, no guessing, no waiting. It's just a clean, one-click output that gives your responders exactly what they need, literally immediately.
So, you might be wondering, how do we get from that messy panic to that pristine clarity? Enter Slack Workflow Builder. Basically, this is a built-in, no-code tool right inside your Slack workspace for creating automated sequences using predefined triggers and actions. And yes, I emphasize no code. You need absolutely zero coding skills to pull this off. Whether you're a support lead, an engineer, or really anyone else, you can build this in any free Slack workspace as long as you have workflow permissions.
All right, let's get into it. Step 1, the trigger and intake form.
First things first, you're going to open up Workflow Builder right from your Tools menu. For step 2, you configure your trigger. We're going to set up a shortcut, specifically using the slash command, so /incident, to start the workflow from literally anywhere. Then, step 3, you add a collect info in a form action. What this does is it instantly pops up a structured intake form right on the screen of whoever typed the command. No more back and forth asking, hey, what's the impact, or which environment is this? Nope, the form just demands those answers up front.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we actually handle that intake data. As you can see, the data entered into that intake form maps directly to reusable variables. When you ask for the severity level via dropdown, boom, it saves as a severity variable. Issue description becomes your description variable, and affected service maps perfectly to a service variable. Capturing this high-fidelity data during those really chaotic first few minutes of an outage is just absolutely crucial. By standardizing this collection, you're ensuring your responders have the exact context they need, neatly packaged up into these variables, totally ready to be used in the next automated step.
Moving right along to step 2, routing and BlockKit formatting.
To make this look professional, we use BlockKit. BlockKit is Slack's UI framework for composing visually rich, interactive messages by just stacking individual JSON blocks. Think of it as your toolkit for upgrading from a boring, plain text thread to a highly structured, impossible-to-miss incident dashboard right inside the chat window. It literally takes your standard messages and turns them into actual UI surfaces. Here's where we connect the builder actions directly to that beautifully formatted output in our incidents channel. Notice how you can use a header block to pull in a big, bold, top-level incident title so everyone instantly knows what's going on. Then, section blocks pull in those formatted variables we just created, stuff like the severity and the service. You drop in a context block for the timestamp and the reporter's info, and use divider blocks to create visual separation for absolute clarity. We can even utilize severity color coding. Imagine a bright red vertical bar on the left side of the message for a critical outage. It's clean, it's structured, and honestly, it guarantees no one is going to miss the vital details. Which brings us to step 3, automating the on-call ping. So, the absolutely crucial point here is making sure that beautifully structured alert actually grabs immediate attention. In your workflow builder, you simply add a send message to a channel step. You tell it to route the message directly to your dedicated @incidents channel. But here's where the real automation magic happens. You insert @mention tags right into your message template based on those severity variables. So say your form registers a critical severity 1 issue. You can configure it to dynamically tag your on-call engineer, or your whole incident response group so their devices just buzz instantly. The right people are pulled in automatically without anyone having to scramble to look up who is currently on rotation.
Let's see this in action with a real support scenario, a database outage.
Tick through this rapid timeline with me. At literally 0 seconds, your production database crashes. Bam! 5 seconds in, an engineer realizes it and types the /incident shortcut from whichever channel they happen to be hanging out in.
At 15 seconds, the intake form pops up on their screen, and they quickly fill out the severity, description, and affected service. And at 28 seconds, that structured, color-coded BlockKit message hits the incidents channel, and the entire response team is notified via that @mention alert. This workflow practically guarantees a sub-30-second response time. No fumbling around, no panic typing in general channels, and no context switching. Just immediate, structured, and highly visible escalation.
15. That is exactly how many minutes it takes to set up this entire zero-code build in your Slack workspace. Seriously, in the time it takes you to go grab a cup of coffee, you can permanently solve one of the most chaotic parts of your team's operations. You build this thing once, and it serves your team incident after incident, completely removing the administrative panic from the entire process.
Which leads me to this final, provocative thought for you to chew on. If you can build a flawless, highly structured incident bot in just 15 minutes without writing a single line of code, what other chaotic processes will you automate today? I mean, will it be your daily stand-ups, IT access requests, employee onboarding? The possibilities to reclaim your time are pretty much endless. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Get out there, open up Workflow Builder, and start automating.